Chapter 5 The Vedic Age. After Harappan civilization, it was believed that Indian civilization had started with the coming of Aryans. The Aryans came either from Iran or from Central Asia. They crossed the Hindu Kush mountain and entered India through Afghanistan and captured the greater part of the northern India. The region which the Aryans occupied was known as Sapta Sindhu. In due course of time, the whole of North India was under the Aryans, which came to be known as Aryavarta, or the land of the Aryans. This period of Indian history is known as the Vedic Age. The Vedic literature. The important information about the Aryans is derived from the Vedic literature, comprising mainly of the Vedas and the two great epics, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. The Vedas. The four Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sam and Atharva Veda, along with the Puranas, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, give us details about the Aryans, their tribal way of life, conflicts, family, occupations, faith in religion, rituals, etc. The Brahmanas. The Brahmanas are pros of the sacrificial ceremonies. They mark the transition from Vedic to classical Sanskrit. The Vedangas and the Upavedas. The Vedangas and the Upavedas are said to be supplementary sections of the Vedic literature. They give us idea about Jyotish, astronomy, medicine, Ayurveda, Dhanurved, war, Gandharva, music, etc. The Upanishads. The Upanishads are dated between 800 BC and 500 BC. They contain the main idea that constitutes the intellectual aspect of the Hindu philosophy. The epics. The Ramayana and the Mahabharata are called epics. Epics are long story in the form of a poem. These texts gave out historical facts and were later accepted as Hindu religious sacred literature. Social life of the Aryans. The village in Vedic Age. The Aryans lived in villages or the grams. They consisted of a number of thatched huts surrounded by a fence. The family or kula was the smallest unit of a village. The family of the Aryans were patriarchal, that is, the head of the family used to be a senior male member, generally a grandfather who enjoyed respect and took all the decisions, and other members of the family obeyed him. Administration. The Aryans were divided into many tribes, and each tribe used to live in different regions. The tribal chief was called Rajan. He led his tribe in war and maintained law and order. He also offered prayers on behalf of the tribe. Varna system. Society was divided on the basis of Varna, skin color. The four sections of society were Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. The priests who looked after religious matters and recited prayers were Brahmins. The king and the warriors who protected the tribe from harm were Kshatriyas. The Vaishyas were mainly farmers and craftsmen. Those who worked for others were Shudras. Dasas and those Aryans who disobeyed social rules were also considered as Shudras. Later, Dasa meant slave. Occupations. One of the most important occupations was agriculture. They grew wheat, barley, and millet. Hunting and cattle breeding also remained important occupations. Food, dress, and amusements. The Aryans ate simple food like wheat, barley, vegetables, fruits, and meat. But the cow was not killed for food. Their dress consisted of mainly two pieces of cloth, the upper and the lower coverings. Turbans also were used. Both men and women used ornaments. Religion. The early Vedic gods, Indra, Varuna, and Agni, lost their importance. They were replaced by Prajapati, Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. Education. The girls received education at home. A boy spent his student life in a Gurukul, where the guru, teacher, lived with his family and pupils.